Hi, guys. I'm going to just give you a quick little run through overview of some of the things you can do in Schoology. There is a lot to do, but I'm just going to go through the general kind of big things right now. I highly, highly recommend that you do the Schoology self paced course. You're going to get a lot out of that. I learned a lot from that as well. We all will. So I'm going to go to my courses and I sent a little video about 10 minutes ago also about how to link your courses. So I'm not going to get into that right now because I sent a video. I'm going to go to my sandbox course. This is just like a little practice course I made up. I have my other classes, but I don't want to touch those right now because I don't want to add assignments to them because I'm not ready. So here I am. You can pretend this is your first hour, second hour, math, whatever it is. The add materials is going to be your best friend. So I'm going to click on it. Actually, before I click on it, I also sent a video on how to embed your Zoom meetings into your Schoology and into your courses. So I'm not going to go into that right now either. So if you don't know how to do that yet, I sent a video on that earlier. So I'm going to go to add materials. We see it. Assignments, assessments, the add file link external to that tool. That's where I added the Zoom link, discussion, and so on. We can do discussion in another video. It's not hard, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I'm going to add an assignment because that's what we do most. And I'm just going to make something up. These are ones that I made up before. A dinosaur lesson. Today you will be learning about dinosaurs. Now, that's not a very good description. We want to give the kids a lot more detail than that, but we're just making this up as we go along. Right here, it doesn't matter. Before I go on, actually, I love this feature. It's amazing. You can add audio or audio and video of you talking to the kids, and they can see you. So when they click on that, they can hear and see their teacher talking to them. I feel like a lot better than them having to read so much, because I mean they can't see us right in the traditional classroom, so that's as close as we can get. So why not? What I like about Schoology is we have access to our Google Drive and our downloads. I'm just gonna randomly choose something. This has nothing to do with dinosaurs, but I'm going to click on a previous assignment I did with my students before. It's all about poetry. And this will create a copy for each of my students. So it's attached now for them to see. You want to have a due date. And I'm just going to make something up. And you can make your point scale, whatever you want. Your category for middle school, when you set up your grade setup, you should probably want to make a category for formative and for summative. And then from there, you can put your scale in. Your category can be something as simple as homework. And then again, you'll want to set this up over here. So right now, I'm just going to put formative. I'm going to pretend that in my grade setup here that I put, for example, 30% formative, 70% summative, whatever it is. Then I'm going to go down, and it's for marking period 1. And your scale can be either numeric, okay, with the points, or it can be in the letter format, or you can create something different. And aligning, if you don't want to, you don't have to choose these right now, but if you want to show an alignment to the Common Core or objectives, you can do that. I'm not going to do that right now. And it's not mandatory to do that. So I'm going to create. And here is my assignment. Okay, it's there. And then when they log on to your course and they click on it, they're going to see that. And look at how nice this is. On upcoming, it tells them, and they'll also see this on their student screen, that, oh, I have a dinosaur lesson due for Miss Hammond. Well, you wouldn't want to call it lesson, dinosaur assignment or whatever, at whatever time for Miss Hammond. Now, another thing, there's a lot of other features here. For example, adding a folder. A folder is really nice if you want to break it down by, let's pretend, middle school math, for example, fractions, that's a folder, or geometry, that's another folder, and whatnot. Now, for elementary school, you can also use your folders for math, science, writing, reading, that kind of thing. You can give your folder whatever color you want, and you can just say math assignments are in here, whatever you want. There doesn't have to be a date on this. There's no start and end date for a folder. I'm going to create it. And there it is. And I can start including assignments on there. Now, this is also really nice. Oh, you have this little plus sign here, by the way. Instead of having to always go to add materials, you can do it directly from here, from that little green line. Now, how do I add assignments or whatever lessons in here? Very easy. For example, this dinosaur lesson here has nothing to do with math, but let's just pretend it does for a second. I'm going to move it. Where am I going to move it? Well, I only have one folder set up right now, so I'm going to move it to the destination, my math folder, move. And now it's in there. This is really helpful. Folders are really nice so kids are not overwhelmed with so many things in one spot. It can be broken up for them. And when I click on it, and there it is for them, okay? But it's the way you want to set it up and the way you want your classroom to look is totally up to you. Okay, that's just a suggestion. What else here? You can add assignments, assessments. And whoops. Assessments would be your tests and quizzes. Same thing. You're going to give it a title, a due date, and submissions you can enable from enabled until. So if you have a due date, they can all have a certain amount of time. You can just enable it. You don't need to have a password. I don't recommend that you do. I think that's just too much for the kids. So I would just disable that. And your category could be formative, homework, writing assignment, whatever. You know what you're doing in your classroom. And then you create an assessment from there, and they would also see it on their upcoming events. So that's just a quick overview of some basic features. I promise I'll show you more. Remember that self-paced Schoology course is going to be fantastic and very helpful. And if you haven't signed up for the tech blog yet, you really need to, because it's very helpful.